My submission for the class video project in BIOL-250. Let's get into it. Paper I chose was called From Scales to Armor, Scale Losses and Trunky Bony Plate Gains in Ray Fin Fishes. It is by Alexander Limopoulos and Juan I. Montoya Burgos. Hopefully I said those right. And the scientific journal is Evolution Letters. This was released in June 2021, so pretty recently. Before we get into the hypotheses, the main kind of big, broad reason that the authors did this study was to show that the different types of integument, which is the different types of kind of, for humans, that integument is skin. So the different types of integument have contributed to the outstanding diversification in ray fin fishes. So this is saying the different types of scales, scalelessness, and trunky bony plates have contributed to the diversity of ray fin fishes because they are the most diverse group of vertebrates in the world. With that out of the way, let's get into the main hypotheses that they wanted to prove. The first one was that the loss of scales in ray fin fishes may be related to a bottom-dwelling lifestyle or benthic lifestyle, as the state could result in functional advantages in a benthic environment. So they wanted a correlation between scalelessness and benthic environments. In addition, they wanted to show that the loss of scales is an evolutionary prerequisite for the emergence of TBP, the trunky bony plates. A quick disclaimer before I get into everything: scales and trunky bony plates cannot coexist. It's never been seen in any research or any phylogeny ever. The methods for this study, very quickly, there were two phylogenies that were constructed using Bayesian and stochastic mapping. One had 11,000 species, one had 300 species. The main one I'm going to talk about today has 11,000 species. Stochastic mapping is the one I'm going to show you. It essentially calculates uncertainty while the phylogeny is being processed, which is a tad bit more accurate from the external research I've done. So let's get into it. So this is the 11,000 phylogeny, 11,000 species of ray fin fishes phylogeny made with stochastic mapping. To get into it, all these little red shoots everywhere are fish that are scaled, and then all the kind of blue shoots you see everywhere are fish that are unscaled, and then the 12 or so fish that you see pictured here are species of fish that have trunky bony plates. So as you can see, there are 32 scale loss events if you go in and count them, or the research provides it. So there's 32 places where the phylogeny's ancestral state turns from red to blue. And out of the 11 species pictured with trunky bony plates, they all result from these unscaled species. So with some linear regression and it's called a Philo-D program, it was shown that there is a massively strong correlation between trunky bony plates and scalelessness. That being said, trunky bony plates have never evolved from a scaled fish, according to the paper. So this indicates that scale loss, or the loss of scales, is a prerequisite for trunky bony plates, because scales and trunky bony plates cannot coexist, and trunky bony plates have never evolved from scales. In addition to this, the phylogeny, to prove the other point, showed that of the 11,000, 4,100 of these are benthic bottom-dwelling fish, and of the 11,000, 2,000 of them are scaleless. When a linear regression was performed, there was a strong correlation between scalelessness and benthic environments. Correlation was never established, but I'm assuming the R-squared value had to be above 90, so I'm going to say around 90% of these scaleless fish live in benthic environments. And because there are scaleless fish swimming around in the open water, it is indicated that these scaleless fish started in open water, went down, and settled in these benthic environments and stayed because there's some sort of evolutionary advantage. So, using the information we found here, it was proven that both scaleless fish have a preference for benthic habitats, as well as scalelessness is a prerequisite for the evolution of trunky bony plates, shown by this phylogeny. To summarize the results, as I said earlier, scaleless fish originated in open water, they settle in benthic environments, and according to a linear regression run, they stay there, so that hypothesis is proven. And then trunky bony plates have a strong and significant tendency to appear in the scaleless kind of integument, which is the scaleless phenotype. And trunky bony plated fishes tend to thrive in benthic environments because their relatives, the scaleless fish, also do. So the significance of this finding is it kind of ties into the main point of why the authors did this study. The significance is showing that due to the different integumentary systems of these ray finned fishes, they are able to fill many different niches. They're able to be benthic dwellers, open water, maybe a little bit deeper than open water, and they even have evolved to live in just like very, very top where all the light is. So because of the different types of scales, they have filled so many environmental niches, and driving forward, ray fin fishes are expected to keep this level of diversity and thrive as a group, which is very significant because they're the most biodiverse group, and we need to keep it that way. So all in all, both of the researchers' hypotheses were proven, and the significance is that ray fin fishes will continue to be diverse because of their integument system, which again is the scales, scaleless, and trunky bony plates. Yes, thank you for watching.